I will personally say our inner circle this year is not like 2024 or 2025. It is a whole new level. It's a whole new standard. Why? Because I went to a new level and I personally went to a new standard. So it doesn't fit what I did in the past. And that's probably true of you too. If you are honest with yourself, if you're not getting the results that you want and you're staying stuck, if you looked at your inner circle, you might say, you know what? I need to level up. And so does this inner circle. So I want you to write down these 5 different friends, and then I want you to name the people that you have in your life. And it's fine. You might not have all 5 of these people, but the goal is to go find these people and create an inner circle of the people that are going to bring you to your next level. We ready? Let's have some fun. Welcome to For His Glory CEO, the podcast for high-achieving women like you who have built the business, hit the milestone, checked all the boxes, yet deep down something still feels off. The success is there, but you know God has so much more. I'm your host, Allie. If you're hungry for results rooted in the Word, this is for you. Let's get this party started. We all know the saying, who you surround yourself matters. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. The 5 people in your circle are the ones that are going to have the biggest influence on you. If you hang out with 5 smokers, you'll be the 6th. If you hang out with 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th, right? Friends matter. Who's inside of your inner circle? This episode, we're going deep quick, and we're going to call out those things that you might not want to hear, but you need to hear today. This conversation really sparked over getting my hair did. You know, those salon shop conversations. You know, you go deep quick there. The person's seeing you forever and you're there forever. If you're getting older like me and you're covering your gray hair. But I just love when women recognize, you know what? I need a new friend group. The friends I have now are not going to take me to the next level of where I'm trying to get. And the truth of the matter is, everything that I teach and I coach is around the same things. And my girl said to me today, she goes, you have an incredible group of women around you. And I said, sure do. And it's on purpose. I realize, thankfully, with age, you get a little bit wiser, that not everyone gets to speak into my life and not everybody needs to be in your inner circle. In fact, there's a lot of things the Bible says about that, right? A person with many friends comes to ruin, but one sticks closer than a brother. I literally have a tight circle, tighter than tight. And there's a purpose in that. And I want to go deep quick on why you should have 5 people and what those 5 people should be in your life. And not one person can play both of these roles. I just did this within my inner circle. I also did it with my community. And a lot of people couldn't name all 5 of these people. But I want you to really take a good look into who you're surrounding with. And are those people truly the right people that are going to allow you to get to your next level? Or do you have to have some hard conversations? Here's the deal, friends. Some people don't like growth. So when you try to grow, they're like, no, that's not comfortable. Let's stay back to 98.6 degrees. I don't like when the temperature gets hotter, right? And that's fine. And some people, you're going to just outgrow some relationships. And that's okay. But don't stay stuck because of the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Grow with those people that are growing, and maybe it's a new level. Maybe it's a new circle altogether of people that you need in your life, and it is fun. Let me tell you, it is so fun when you start expanding and when you go to different levels and then the different people that come into your life at that level. I will personally say our inner circle this year is not like 2024 or 2025. It is a whole new level. It's a whole new standard. Why? Because I went to a new level and I personally went to a new standard. So it doesn't fit what I did in the past. And that's probably true of you too. If you are honest with yourself, if you're not getting the results that you want and you're staying stuck, if you looked at your inner circle, you might say, you know what? I need to level up. And so does this inner circle. So I want you to write down these 5 different friends. And then I want you to name the people that you have in your life. And it's fine. You might not have all 5 of these people, but the goal is to go find these people and create an inner circle of the people that are going to bring you to your next level. We ready? Let's have some fun. Friends, I want to share something that I've actually never shared before, but it's been so transformational for multiple 6 and 7 figure business women that I would be remiss not to share it with you. So I want you to picture this. You're in a room with 10 other women who are running payroll, running teams, making heavy, high-stake decisions, and managing everything. And imagine you bringing your question or your bottleneck to that group of women. Do you think that you can handle things which used to maybe take you months, maybe years, in the next 10 minutes? What I found is a lot of us playing at this field, we don't struggle with lack of strategy, motivation, even discipline. We struggle with not having a sounding board in real time with ideal clients and women who truly get the level we're playing at. And that's why I created the Inner Circle for multiple 6 and 7 figure women to play in. It is the community of communities that offers transformations like I've never seen before. And you know what the number one receipt is? We had 100% retention of those clients from 2025 rejoin us for 2026. It's a private, exclusive group and extremely selective as well. But if this sounds like this is exactly what you need, grab the Inner Circle application in the show notes and we'll let you know if you're a great fit. All right, back to the show. The first person, which I personally love because I do relate so much to this role, is a cheerleader. You gotta have a cheerleader. You gotta have that person where you can call and they'll be like, make you feel like you can run through a brick wall, right? They're gonna be in the front row when you're a keynote speaker, taking those drumsticks and hitting them as hard as they can. They are the person that you know you can count on to always fire you up and make you feel invincible. That is your cheerleader. Next up is the bruiser. I know, almost the opposite of your cheerleader. It's the person that's going to speak truth in love. They're going to tell it how it is. They're not going to sugarcoat it. And we're always better because of it. So number 2 is the bruiser in your life. And then completely opposite of that is the softie. Who is the softie? The one that's always going to just be in your corner and make you feel like, hey, it's okay. It's okay if we fell short this month. It's okay. You know, you're doing a great job. Who's the softie that you have? And then there's the mentor. So the mentor is different than the coach. And I wrote down some of my notes here. But the mentor, they show you how to move and they show you how to get there, right? They're going to show you how to move and they're going to show you how to get there. Kind of come alongside of you inside the trenches and say, we're in this together, right? They've done it before so they can lead the way. And lastly is the coach. It's someone that you're financially invested in. You have skin in the game. You have hired them to make you better. I am an athlete through and through, and I can't thank my coaches enough for molding me into who I've become. I had hard coaches. You don't play in the D1 Big Ten if the coach is a softie. My coaches would line up more with like the bruiser, but they saw the potential in me and they made sure I hit that highest potential. I will be forever grateful for that. So coaches are people that look on, like, maybe it's just your golf swing, right? And if you could just like tweak your elbow a little bit, you're going to drive that ball 50 more yards. And it's going to be a little more straighter and it's going to look better. It's just those tiny tweaks that they do. All right. So I want you to take a look at that paper. You can pause me if you have to and just pray about these 5 different people. But who is it that's your cheerleader? Who is it that's the bruiser? Who's your softie? Who's the mentor? And who's the coach? Now, you cannot use the same person 3 times. So many of the girlies were trying to put their husbands in all 3 roles. Nope, sorry. You need 5 different people, right? So take a look at that and see where the 5 people land. And then I want you to do something really fun. I want you to text that cheerleader and say, hey, I'm listening to this powerful podcast, For His Glory CEO. You should check it out. It just hit the top 50 because it's different than the rest. We're going with real tactical, put it in action, principles and strategy in business infused with faith. I know, just a quick little commercial. But I want you to tell them, I put you down as my cheerleader and I thank God for you every single day. Only if that's true. Or you can just say, I thank God for you. You know that cheerleader is going to shoot you back like, girl, you're amazing. I love you. You can do anything. You're the best, right? Like, it's just in their nature to do. So go ahead and text that cheerleader today. Here's another thing. If you can't think of these 5 people, pray on it. Pray on it. Ask the Lord to lead you and guide you, which he does with his own eye. That's amazing. Into finding who these people are. He knows the number of hairs on your head. Of course, he knows who the women or men in your inner circle that need to be to make sure that you're living full out, right? Full out. I always say, what a waste if we only go to like half of our potential. If we let imposter syndrome or rejection or fear of failure or fear of success keep us locked in. Like, I never want to be in a box. Like, never. I also have like claustrophobia. Like, I don't like being in small spaces. It's just not my thing. I'm like, I need wide open spaces, roam around the country. I love the ranch life that we do in the summer because you know what? There's no one for miles and you can just be in all the things all over the place. I don't mind the city. The city is fun too, but I don't like to be boxed in ever in a day. I also don't like seeing other people boxed in to try to be someone for someone else, try to people please their way into this life. Guys, that's not what we're called to be. God made you so uniquely different. Your fingerprints, we're all so uniquely different. We need to live at a new standard where we can be at the fullness of our capacity, of our potential, right? I hate seeing wasted potential. I think that's why I'm a good coach. And I think that's why good coaches are great coaches, because they will not allow you to waste the potential, the gifts and the talents that God gave you. I have a quick story. Can I give a story? I love stories. My husband and I go on date nights every Wednesday night. If you're married, hear me. Please, please, please make your marriage a priority. It is the number one thing. It's the best thing you can do for your kids when they see that you make your marriage a priority. It makes them feel safe. It makes them feel more confident. I mean, there's studies beyond studies when kids come from strong marriages, and strong marriages come from making them a priority. If you do not invest in your marriage, you cannot expect having that deep relationship. Imagine you don't invest at all in the stock market, you're not going to get a deep return ever, right? You don't invest in your marriage, there's never going to be a deep return. So weekly date nights are non-negotiable for my husband and I. So we go to the same sushi spot. I usually look for the same waitress every single time we go. She's our girl. She knows exactly what we want. We always get to check in with her. And so last night I was just like, Joss, what did you study? Like, she'd been graduated for a couple of years. I'm like, what'd you even study? I knew where she went, and she said, I did communications. I go, what do you want to do? Like, what's your dream job? And she's like, to be an event planner. I'm like, you would be amazing at that. And she's like, yeah, but I'm going to have to move. If I can't get a job here, I'm giving myself a timeline till May, and then I just have to move. I'm like, permission to coach you? She's like, let's go, girl. And I said, Joss, if I were you, I would be going on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google, and doing an SEO-rich search for every event planning company here in Southern California. And then I would message each and every one of them, telling them why I'm the woman for the job and how I know I can over-deliver on this position in their company. And then I would follow up and 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 follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. Guess what? The national sales average of follow-ups right now, friends, 20 touches. I know you just fell off your chair. It's all right. Get back in. How many people go past the second touch? How many people that don't have a coach in their life just think, okay, I don't want to bother these people, or clearly I need to move because I can't find a job here, but we didn't reach out to 25 or 35 leads a day? That sounds wild. Yeah, it does. But if you really want that job and you persevere and endure, I promise you, I've been on the other end of looking through resumes and having people reach out to me for jobs. And you know who I love to go for? That woman that will keep knocking down that door. Because I know if they're that passionate about getting that job from me, they'll be that passionate about doing the job that I have for them. I don't want wishy-washy people that give up after one reach out, second reach out, third reach out. I want them to say, I'm the woman for the job. This is why, and you'd be blessed to hire me. That's who I want on my team. I'm like, let's go confidence. Let's go perseverance. Let's go the extra mile, right? Think about that. So anyway, after we had this 5-minute pep talk, the restaurant's kind of busy, so I wanted to be honoring of that. And I knew the other tables would probably need her, but it probably wasn't 5 minutes. It was probably a couple minutes, but it was like a TED talk. Fire up, let's go. You could see the confidence arise in her. She came over deflated. I'm going to have to move up north. I just can't get a job. I can't just keep doing this, scraping for bills, blah, blah, blah. 2, girl, I am the woman for the job. I'm going to start reaching out. I'm going to get this thing done. She made a timeline. She's going off on a trip. She said, when I get back from this trip, here's my timeline. Here's what I'm going to do. And it's going to happen. Come on. You guys, I love when people take massive action. That is the difference in most people, right? And back to the whole hair girl story today. She was like, you just have the right people. And I'm like, I do. And I have people in my group that are constantly going for a new standard, that are constantly pushing themselves to do hard things, that are constantly going the extra mile. Why? Because they have the right people in their space to say, hey girl, let's go. Yeah, you can have a hard moment for a second, but bootstrap it on. There's more. If you look at the people doing what you want to do with half the talent that you have, I'm just going to say it, I'm going to be very transparent, half of the realness, authenticity, and no fake stuff, right? There's a lot of fake book. There's a lot of people doing things with big offers, charging lots of money, and you're getting no results on the end side. Why? Because they don't walk the walk. They talk the walk. They're one person on the internet and they're a totally different person behind closed doors. But the people I know, they're the real deal. They're the same person in church, out of church, in the gym, out of the gym, in the podcast studio, on the Zooms. They're the same person. So why wouldn't I want to promote my people who I know and I see and say, girlfriend, you're the woman for the job. Don't you dare let disappointment or anything come in between you going after your goals and your talents and your dreams. Like, life is way too short to stay stuck. Life is way too short to be in a job you hate. Life is way too short to be in relationships that are like vampires on your energy, right? I said that to my girl today. I'm like, man, you know those energy vampires? Like, I literally had to like cut that off because there's no way you can do what you need to do when people are just sucking your energy dry. You know what I do when I get a nasty email from people that literally just speak out of the realms of hell? Let's just say it, right? If they're just trying to create strife, they have all this envy and jealousy and they're just spitting out what's in them on you. Delete. Then you know what? I go to my email subscriber list. Delete. How about the nasty grams you get on social media and the DMs? Delete. Block. You don't have time for that. Those are literally energy vampires that are going to steal, kill, destroy every dream you have. And guess what? They're clearly not doing anything that you'd want to be doing in your life unless you are that person that sends nasty grams to people. If you are, stop it. The Holy Spirit convicts people, right? We're called to love one another. We're called to esteem others better than ourselves. What a concept. You know what I absolutely love about my inner circle? You all know I'm obsessed with my people. They literally live to give. And that's on purpose. Why? My first business is called Live to Give Incorporated. Why? Because I know it is better to give than receive. It's better to give than receive. You get so blessed when you bless other people, right? People are givers. Successful people are givers. They're not always take, me. They're giving, but they're also giving with boundaries because they probably have realized there's a lot of people that will just suck them dry and they wouldn't be able to give to the capacity they do because they wouldn't have the energy or the finances at the end of the day to do it. But they're very focused. Right? Are you focused? Think of your circle of people. Are they focused people? Are they intentional people? Or do they just fly by the seat of their pants? I was telling my girls, we are not shooting from the hip in 2026. You need to be prepped, polished, reps, baby reps. How do you get good at sales? How do you get good at speaking? How do you start podcasts? Practice. How does Tiger Woods get great at golfing? Reps. How does Lindsey Vonn get amazing at skiing? And I pray that she's blessed. What a champion to go after this. I don't know if you're an Olympic person, but Olympics are coming in. And I just love the grit, the tenacity, the can-do spirit in Olympians. It's just wild what they put themselves through just for like a couple seconds, right? Like, it's powerful. Look at the Olympics in a way of who's in their circle. Right? What coaches do they have? They all got extraordinary great coaches if they're in the Olympics. I'll tell you that. What kind of mentors do they have? Who's their softie? Who's their bruisers? Who's their number one cheerleader? And you see those people on the sidelines. You know the video producers are like, where are the cheerleaders? We are going to get them because they're highly emotional people, right? Man, I can only imagine all those commercials around the Olympics too. It's like the mom commercial. You know what I'm talking about. Like I can start tearing up now looking at the mom commercials from the Olympics. But just think about how important. Like it's too costly, friends, to not have this group of focused, intentional people that are prepped and repped and ready to go. It is so easy to make excuses. You know what one of my consultants said to me in my first business? Al, I would give you an excuse, but excuses are stupid. So I'm not going to. I just don't have it done. I said, let's go, girl. I so appreciate that you did not give me an excuse and you just own the fact that you didn't do the work, right? Don't be upset with the results you didn't get for the work you didn't do. Put that on a Post-it note. It is so important, friends. Work hard. We can do hard things, and take a good look at that circle. And if there's people that aren't meant to be in your circle, be quick to say, you know what? The new level is going to cost me new growth, and some of these people aren't going to come with me, and that's okay. The cheerleaders will cheer you on to that next level and that new standard, and I am cheering you on, friend. You've been tuning in to For His Glory CEO podcast, where unshakable faith meets bold business strategy to equip you for your next level. If this blessed you, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it. And if you're a businesswoman that's looking for the right circle to scale big, we got you. Click the show notes and hear more about our For His Glory CEO community, which is one of a kind, amazing. And remember, we're not just building businesses, we're building the kingdom of God. Until next time.